Somebody's mic.
Whose?
I think it's yours, Rob.
There we go.
Is it too
Rob,
much? I switched to my phone. My computer was crashing.
You're just going to have to be muted whenever they're talking.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rain or Shine Sports Network. This is the network's postseason football forecast. I'm your host for tonight, Tom Cetera. I'm joined by my cast of characters, expert panel that they are. Robbie, Rob, Tyler, Steve, and Travis. Say hello to the world, everyone. Yes. All right, tonight we're going to get into some discussions, analysis of the college playoff games. First of all, we'll touch on that just a little bit, and then we'll get into the pro games. And each person will take has one team in the NFC and one team in the AFC to give their explanation of what it'll take for them to win. And then we'll have some discussions between those picks, and we'll everybody will give their predictions on the games. We'll keep track, and at the end of this thing, probably a big prize will be had. I'm not sure what that prize is. I'll be working on that as we speak, but prizes very well could be had. All right, so the college playoffs get back underway tomorrow night, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. All the times are Pacific Standard. Not everybody here is in Pacific Standard, but that's what we're going to go with. So tomorrow night, 4:30 ESPN, we have the number 5 seed Notre Dame Fighting Irish up against Penn State, the number 4 team seeding. Notre Dame 11-1, Penn State 11-2. Notre Dame led in passing by Riley Leonard, 2,092 yards. Rushing by Jeremiah Love, 949, and Bo Collins had 34 receptions, 427 yards, and 2 touchdowns. For Penn State, Drew Aller is the quarterback, 2,894 yards. Rushing Nicholas Singleton, 838 yards, and Tyler Warren, the leading receiver, with 1,062 yards and 6 touchdowns. Taking a look at these two teams, rushing yards are pretty similar. Notre Dame 217 to Penn State's 202. Passing yards, Penn State's a little bit more, 234 to 189. Defensively, points, they're 306th and 300th in the nation in points scored. 528 for Notre Dame, 506 for Penn State. Points against, however, Notre Dame at 190. And Penn State had 237, Notre Dame 51st in the nation, and Penn State 72nd in the nation. So this one is a Notre Dame favored by 1.5. Over under is 44.5 points. I think Notre Dame's going to take this one. Robbie, what do you think?
Yeah, I got Notre Dame as well.
Rob? Are you there, Rob?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. All right.
Well, I was told to mute my microphone. Thanks,
Tyler. You sound better now.
It's working well now. You're good.
Yeah, you look good too. It's a lot clearer. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, can you turn the lights back on?
Okay. Okay.
Notre Dame, Penn State. What do you think?
This is probably the grinder, the grinded out game of the week of the two out of the two, because honestly, Notre Dame and Penn State are going to both very similar. They're both going to try and run the football down each other's throats. I think Notre Dame's got the better offensive and defensive lines to establish the run and also keep Penn State from doing the same thing. So, and to be honest with you, either one of these two teams win, that'd be great, just as long as Ohio State doesn't win the whole thing. So there you go. I'm going to go Notre Dame with a nod to my dad, who was a diehard Notre Dame fan. So there you go.
All right, Tyler, how about you?
Yeah, I have Notre Dame and cat out of the bag. That's one of my two games in my parlay later on. But I have Notre Dame. I just think they've been so good. They lost the first game of the year, and everyone was surprised by that. Haven't lost since.
Right.
That team ends up as a mid-major, only 500 too. Isn't that odd, or around there? No, they've just been playing really well. I watched really closely the game against Boise State, and that could have been a different game. Boise State had more total yards, more first downs, higher third down efficiency, longer possession of the ball. They lose the turnover battle a little bit, but it could have been a little bit different game and got some weird calls, but they were there with them. It was just the turnovers. But they were putting 8 in the box, which you never see against Genty, and just playing man to man, and oftentimes
this year.
And oftentimes with no safety over the top, so they can't get away with that against the Notre Dame athletes. I couldn't name all the receivers, but they just we didn't have a deep threat like we've had in the past as the Broncos, and they could play that way. They're not going to be able to do that against Notre Dame, whether they throw it all the way down there or not, or just stretch the defense. Notre Dame just is solid, doesn't make mistakes, doesn't turn the ball over. I'm going to say that a lot tonight. And just that conservative team that's just a little bit better and doesn't make mistakes, and they'll win the ball game by more than 1.5 points.
All right. Steve, what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what, I like those 2 running backs in the first half of Pennsylvania last week against Boise. I mean, they kicked ass. They looked like Genty on the other side, and it sucked. However, you know what? I'm a Rudy fan, so I'm going Notre Dame.
All right. How about you, Travis?
Man, you pulled my Rudy card. That's what I was going to go with. Dang it.
Now, in real life, though,
hey, this
Rudy
wasn't even on my list
so...
of games. I only have 2 teams. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, sorry.
Oh, you had 2? Oh, my bad. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm nodding towards Notre Dame. I think the key factor is going to be, and I thought the key factor, my son actually called it, Tyler Warren, the tight end for Penn State in the flat, was really punishing BSU. So if they can find that flat, they can find him in the end zone, I think Penn State's got a shot. But I think Notre Dame, they're on fire. The coaching seems to be there, and I'm going to go with them.
All right.
Well, that was exciting. 6 for Notre Dame.
Clean sweep all the way across on that one. Wow. Okay. All right. The second game is Friday, 4:30, again, Pacific Standard Time. Ohio State against Texas. Ohio State is favored by 6 points. That's on ESPN, by the way. Over-under line is 53.5 points. Will Howard led the Buckeyes in passing, 2,860 yards. Quinshawn Judkins led in rushing, 805 yards. And Jeremiah Smith, 934 yards receiving. For Texas, Quinn Ewers, 2,665 yards. Of course, Arch Manning's there as well. Quintrivion Wisner is the running back, 863 yards. And Matthew Golden was the leading receiver, 738 yards. These teams are also very similar. Rushing the ball, they're within four yards apiece. Passing within 15 yards. Points for, again, 301st ranked and 304th ranked in the nation. 509 points for Ohio State, 514 for Texas. And points against, Ohio State 169 and Texas 217. Again, point spread is 6 points, 53.5. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one, and I think it's going to be a Texas upset. Robbie, what do you think?
Let's see here. Yeah, it's Ohio State.
OSU.
Yep.
Rob?
I think I already hinted at where I'm going to go at when we were talking about the first game. So
where's the analysis?
You did.
Yeah, I did. As you know, I have a very good friend who is a Michigan grad. One of his favorite sayings is, "Oh, how I hate Ohio State." And whenever he writes it, it's all smashed into one long word. So let's just say I've enjoyed the fact that Michigan still holds. It's been 1,600 and some odd days since Ohio State has beat Michigan.
Oh wow.
I think that's a great stat right there. Oh, and that's right. They're playing Texas. I'll go with Texas, mostly because they're not Ohio State.
All right. How about you, Tyler?
Not doing what he said. I'm going to go with Ohio State. They're just playing too good right now. I'm kind of an Ohio State, not hater, but I'd rather see other people win than them. But they're good. I think they're better than Texas. Texas just isn't trending the right way. They just have a lot of inconsistent performances where they're almost losing to teams they shouldn't down the stretch the last few games. If you pay attention, I'm not saying shouldn't, but playing close games and not playing consistently. And Ohio State, you can't play inconsistently against them. They're going to tear your doors off. So I have Ohio State winning by more than 5.5.
All right. Steve.
Ohio State.
All right. And Travis.
Yeah, Ohio State's playing good, but I got to go with Texas.
Ooh, all right.
T-Gas saw me with the Longhorn apparel the other day, so I couldn't sneak it. So
All right.
we're going
All
with
right.
Texas. They're going to come back strong.
All right. We're split right across the board on that one, 3-3. So hopefully it's a good game. All right. We're going to move on to the NFL game 1 of the playoffs. This one is Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is on CBS. Chargers 11-6 up against the Houston Texans 10-7. Chargers favored by 3. Over under on this one is 42.5. What is it going to take for the Chargers to win this thing? Rob, that's you.
That's me. Yeah, I think first and foremost, the Chargers defense is going to basically have to lead this charge. I think Houston's offense is very good. I think they can strike when they get some momentum going, but they need Tuipulotu, their outside linebacker, to continue pressuring the quarterback. He leads the team with 8.5 sacks. You also have Khalil Mack. You got the good Bosa, Joey Bosa, sitting there. That defense is exactly what a Harbaugh wants. Is one that can take over a game. Offensively, as long as Herbert does not make mistakes, that's what it's going to come down to. He's got enough weapons to just to keep the game moving, keep it rolling. And I do see a Charger victory. It'll be close, but I see a Charger victory.
All righty. The Houston Texans are the opponent. Robbie, you've got Houston. How do they win this thing?
The reason they got to the point in which they are is their run game. The biggest part is their run game. Joe Mixon has looked great all year, minus the 1 or 2 times that he had to leave. They need to feed the running backs, obviously. So Houston has the 22nd ranked offense in the whole league, which is not very good. 15th ranked against the run, or as the run game. So they need to definitely focus on the run game to open up the pass. And then for the other side of the ball, they have the 6th ranked defense overall. So they're better against the pass than they are against the run. So they need to force him to pass. They need to keep pressure on him. They just need to make sure that Herbert is throwing the ball. They need to just take care of what they need to take care of in terms of defensively to stay in the game. And that's all they got to do.
All right. So, Robbie, who do you fear? Anybody else got anything to add on this game? Anything exciting that anybody's looking for or watching or no? All right, Rob, who you got in this one?
I'm going with the Chargers on this one.
Okay. Robbie?
I know I just had to work with the Texans here. I just told them how to win.
You're just telling the
Um,
story. You're just telling the story.
I do think that Chargers offense is a little bit more potent right now. I know with Houston losing their big playmakers early in the season definitely doesn't help. I know Nico Collins is a great player, but don't think they have enough offensively to keep up with the Chargers. They've been playing pretty well the whole season, actually. It started slow, but after that it picked up. So I got the Chargers on this one. Yeah.
All right. Tyler.
I have the Chargers. Wouldn't it be interesting? I hate to say it because I'm not a fan, but kind of hard to be going against the mojo of Harbaugh right now, isn't it? You know, just the last couple of years. I mean, he's on a pretty good run right now. And I mean, I don't know that it's over. And for some reason, I just think they're going to make less mistakes, and they have a better ability to move the ball down the field with their quarterback and the way he can sling it around. I just, discipline wins. When turnovers win the game, less turnovers wins you the ball game. So I just see him, more big plays and less turning the ball or winning in the plus minus and turnovers. Chargers.
Right. Steve.
I don't like Jim Harbaugh very much.
Okay.
I think he's kind of
All right.
whiny. So I'm going with Houston. I like C.J. Stroud. That's how I
All
roll.
right. All
That
right.
sounded really whiny the way you said that.
It might have. It might. And I'm sorry. That's my voice.
How about you, Travis? Uh-oh. Your mic. You're muted.
All the way over.
I didn't think I was going to be talking for a while. Like I'm just
Okay.
here for color, right? So you can all put subtitles in for the last 30 seconds. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go with the Texans on this one. I think we'll see a little bit of a change in pace there. I think it's going to be a little lower scoring than what they actually predict. So we'll see where that goes.
All right. And I think I'm going to take the Texans as well, actually. I mean, Chargers have lost 2 straight. Of course, they were to Tampa Bay and Kansas City. But I seen Kansas City play last week, and that wasn't pretty.
That was all their reserves, though.
Oh, come on. Yeah. And how does that help?
B-Squad.
How does that help the
All the
Bengals
B-Squad,
game?
no.
My God.
I'm sorry, Denver is not as good as the Chargers, and that was
Tom's been whining about this the last 3 days.
All right. We're on to Cincinnati. No, we're actually going to Baltimore. Saturday, 5:00. Amazon Prime. Pittsburgh 10-7 up against the Baltimore Ravens 12-5. Baltimore's favored by 9.5. Over under is 43.5. Let's see. We have Travis with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right. Well, what's it going to take for the Steelers to win?
Yes.
It's actually to win. They haven't done that in a couple of weeks. So, maybe they're due. Let's go with that. You know, their last 4 stretch that they had wasn't exactly the easiest schedule, but we'll see where they're at. I think if you're looking at Pittsburgh and what they need to do, obviously, first and foremost, they need to figure out how to contain Lamar Jackson. Obviously, a significant component of that offense is ability to run, scramble, turn broken plays into good gains. At the same time, I think if they can control the line on both sides, protecting their quarterback, giving them a chance to do what they need to do, but at the same time making and disrupting Baltimore's rhythm as best as they can for Lamar, make him have to think on the run all the time. Saw some things where it looks like the weather might be interesting there, so the run game is going to be important. And if they can establish that run game, they can control the clock. They can keep Baltimore's offense off the field, and might have a good chance there. And then, just general way to win a football game. Don't give up any free yards and stay on the right side of the penalty flags. So I think that's what it's going to take a lot, but the terrible towels may fly and live to fly another day.
All right. All right, Steve, how about Baltimore? How does Baltimore win this thing?
Well, I'm looking at this year's stats here, Tom, and
All right.
Lamar
right.
Jackson.
Tell me about him.
4,100 yards, 900 yards rushing. I mean, 45 total touchdowns. This guy, I mean, I was looking at Josh Allen's stats. He's the other MVP candidate, right? I'll tell you what, Lamar's, these are video game numbers. And still was his running back, Derrick Henry. I mean, that guy's a beast. He just runs over everybody, right? He's like Marshawn Lynch of the past, all right? And I'll tell you what, I know Zay Flowers, their number one wide receiver, is injured, but he's questionable. He'll play. He better. He makes millions of dollars in his fucking playoff game. So, sorry, pardon my language. All right. They got the 10th ranked defense. The only way Pittsburgh could beat them, by the way, I believe, is, Russell Wilson has to have a huge, huge game. I don't think he's going to do it. Baltimore's defense. Oh, sorry. Yeah, because they're 31st against the pass. I did bring a prop. I got to show you guys this. Baltimore needs for the defense to win this outright. Ed Reed. That's a rookie, baby. All right. And Ed Reed as safety for him. I don't know who their damn safeties are, but that's what they need. So here's what they need to win. I believe they will win. They should win handily. Okay. So Lamar Jackson needs to be composed. He's got a 2-4 playoff record. So he might have a little head, I'd get that. And I'd get in the back of my head too. So if he's on, they control the ball. I mean, damn, they got Derrick Henry. Just give him the damn ball. And they win easily. That's my prediction.
All right. So you're taking Baltimore then.
I'm taking Baltimore.
All right, Travis, who you got in this game then?
Got a Ray Lewis over there too. That's a rookie. Okay.
I got a 16-by-20 signed by the Steel Curtain, but I'm still not picking the Steelers. I'm going to go with the Ravens on this one.
I'm actually what's going to make it 3-0 Baltimore. I just think they got too much compared to what Pittsburgh has. And as long as they run the football, like I say, there's been games where they've kind of got away from giving Henry the ball. Robbie, who you got?
Yeah, I got Baltimore in this one as well.
All right. Mr. Burns, are we
This one's a
thinking
little
the same way?
Yeah, this is a little too easy. This is a Baltimore. This is a Baltimore win.
All righty.
Yeah, and especially watching Hard Knocks and seeing everyone presented them really well, and you got the Russell Wilson, and all of a sudden you kind of start feeling like, oh, I got to take a nap. I got to take a.
4 straight they've lost. So
yeah, 4. That's the big key right there. 4 straight losses, and that doesn't pose well going into a postseason.
And that was Baltimore was one of those too. All right, Tyler, clean sweep.
I was going to say that until he said 4 straight losses in a row. I mean, if you're betting black at the roulette table and there's 4 reds in a row, it's hard to go red. I think black is kind of due here.
Well, Pittsburgh's black.
Yeah,
Black and yellow.
Well, Ravens got black in it too.
Purple.
Well, purple and black. I tell you what, Lamar is so darn good. I would see them winning in a landslide. I don't know about 9.5 is the spread is what I'm wavering on. I think they're winning the ball game for sure. I don't know if they're winning by 10 or more.
Yep, the clean sweep for us again. So it'll probably sometimes surprises happen. So you just never know in this thing called the NFL. All right, Sunday morning, last game of the AFC, 10 a.m. CBS, Denver 10-7 against Buffalo 13-4. So I got to present my case for the Denver Broncos and how they're going to be able to win. So for Denver to win this thing, They just have to get a hold of the Buffalo Bills and have them talk to the Kansas City Chiefs and tell them to sit all their damn starters and second teamers.
Like I said,
so they can
drop
play
it.
the third string to be able to win. Anyway, 38-0 against Kansas City. Really, 38-0. So Denver's that good of a team. 38-0 over Kansas City.
They had 2 starters in the whole team playing.
Bo Nix has done a fantastic job as a rookie. I got to tell you one thing. Long before the season started, back in May, we kind of did some predictions, and Robbie actually predicted that Denver and the Washington Commanders were going to make the playoffs, and I totally ridiculed him on, you don't know anything about rookie quarterbacks and what they're going to do, and look at what the hell happened. Anyway,
Luck.
up against Buffalo, it's going to be a tall order. They are third in defense, giving up only 18 points a game, first in sacks, 8th in interceptions. The one thing Josh Allen hasn't had, though, that he did a few games last year, he had a couple bad games along the way. And that's what it's going to take for Denver to win, is they're going to have to get a couple turnovers. And I think interceptions are a way possible. They do have some explosive players. Cortland Sutton been playing well. They got a kind of a 3-headed running back team, basically. Fantasy football players hate those because you can't play them all. And Marvin Mims actually returning kicks and punts now, and becoming a really good wide receiver as well. Points wise, Denver gets off to a little bit of a slow start sometimes. Buffalo owns the third quarter this year. Denver scored 75 points in the third quarter. Buffalo scored 144. So if they're close within the half, Denver may still have a chance. But if not, I could see it getting out of hand. Turnovers, Buffalo leads with 24. Denver at +5. So something out of the ordinary is going to have to happen for them to be able to win. So I give them respect. I have a cousin that lives in Denver. That's a big Denver fan. So many times I'll mention him. Sorry, Ken, I'm not making any commitments right now. I'll make my pick in just a little bit, but I'm not making any commitments for the Broncos right yet. All right, Tyler, tell me about Buffalo.
Well, you have one of my stats, but it tells the whole story. But it tells how they play. Number 1 in turnovers. The next team the next closest team is 8 less, and then it gets dramatically worse than that. But they're +24. So when you really think about what +24 means, it means every time they start a football game, they're guaranteed 1.5 more turnovers than the other team. It's hard to beat a team like that. And it's because of all the options they have. This is what makes the Ravens so good. This is what makes the Bills so good. Of the quarterback being able to run the ball and just being a freak athlete and can do bootlegs and rollouts and a pump fake and get a first down and get out of bounds without getting hit kind of deal. It's unbelievable how good they are. They're 9 in rushing, 9 in passing, but it's really they're scoring third. They're second in the league in score points per game at 31. But that's because they never turn it over. And then the red zone, good night. The red zone in the last 3 weeks has been 100% touchdown. The Bills, 100%. And for the year, they have the second best red zone for the entire year. Their defensive red zone also, but in the last 3 weeks, is like number 3 in the league or something. Is trending the right way. They're just playing big in big moments. They never falter in big moments. The quarterback can always get you a first down at 5 yards of carry. And think about this. He has 12 rushing touchdowns for the year. Just think of how much control. I mean, him just having control of the ball in the offense and being able to just not risk a turnover and get a 3-yard pickup touchdown by himself. It's just, how do you stop Josh Allen or Lamar Arrington, Lamar? And that's the answer to those ball games. So it's almost like they need to get hurt. And so, I mean, it's just
Don't
unbelievable.
look at me, Robbie. Don't look at me. I didn't say anything.
I have a list with a bunch of names that you said that they got hurt after you said their name.
Me?
No, me.
No, Tom. He predicts injuries, and he's hit a lot of them in the last 2 years. And I have a list on my phone with 10, maybe 12 names.
No. That's
So So think about this. They get the ball. They have way more possession. 1.5 turnovers walking into a ball game. Second highest score, highest turnover differential. Second in the red zone all year. First in the last 3 weeks. Haven't not converted. Trending in the right direction. And then DeMar Hamlin's got to come out and show that he's really alive to all these crazy conspiracy theorist people. Prove it just one more time. And they win in a landslide. The Broncos aren't even close.
All right. And I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills as well. Robbie.
Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo as well.
Rob.
I don't see John Elway and Shannon Sharp walking through that door. So let's go with the Buffalo Bills.
Good call. Good call. Steve.
Buffalo.
And Travis.
Pains me to pick either, but I'm gonna have to go with Buffalo.
All right. All right. All right. On to Philadelphia. Green Bay at Philadelphia. Sunday, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time on Fox. Green Bay 11-6. Philadelphia 14-3. Philadelphia favored by 4.5. Over under of 45.5. Jalen Hurts practiced today, I heard. Let's see. Who's got Green Bay? Steve, you got Green Bay.
I got Green Bay, and the first game that they played, I think it was like the second week of the season, was in Brazil. It went overseas. Can you really take any account of any games over in England? I mean, you got a days. That's tough on those athletes. I'm sorry. I hate that shit in the NFL. I wish they wouldn't do that. I'm just throwing that out there. But Philly won. Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns, kind of was telling of what's going to happen this season, right? But as far as Green Bay goes, do you know what a beautiful girl in Green Bay is called?
Oh, no.
Okay,
Huh?
sorry.
A what? What?
A tourist. All right. Okay. All right.
Rob's heard that one.
J Love, we got McLovin here, 25 touchdowns this season. He doesn't do a lot of rushing. So looking at Philly's deep. I got to say how Green Bay is going to win. Okay. Sorry. Woo. I had a lot more stats on Philly on this. That's why I wanted to take a game. Okay. All right. So the Packers. Maybe Brett Favre will come out of retirement. His dad will die again. He'll have a huge game, and Green Bay will win. That might be one way. The other thing would be to probably keep it close, low scoring. They got to shut down a 2,000-yard rusher. If he hadn't been pulled out last week, he probably would have got the record. It's 17 games. I have an issue with that too. But anyway, control the clock and keep a potent Philly offense off the field. There were a lot of injuries. You got Love. He's got a bad elbow, but he's going to overcome that because it's Love, right? He's Love. Philly's got a lot of injuries too. Green Bay. All they need is a miracle. Maybe they'll find it. That's my argument.
All right. How about Philadelphia, Rob? What do you
All
see
right.
with
I'm
the
going to take
Eagles?
first off, Steve, you have a lot of issues. You had a lot of issues with a lot of issues.
I don't like the NFL a lot. I'll tell you.
Steve?
But I am going to take a page out of your book there. You decided to break out your football cards. Well, I'll show
right.
you.
Here we go.
Oh, Saquon.
Saquon.
Yeah,
that's back when he
numbered.
was-
This one is numbered. This one was from the offseason, numbered 22 out of 150. So it's
You
just
had
not
those-
bad.
Have those nerds just planted, just hoping that something.
That's funny.
And Eric.
Well, I also have a rookie card for DeJean too. So
Oh, there
Hey.
we go.
I got my stuff here. Okay. Saquon Barkley.
Cut off the eye. Troll.
Saquon Barkley is going to have to be, and he probably will be, the factor that decides this football game, because with Jalen Hurts hurt, he's got a concussion. He ain't going to play. They're not going to put him in. I mean, yeah, it's the NFL, and gosh darn it, you're supposed to, tough it up and rub some dirt on it, but not in this case. I think they're going to hold him out. It's going to be a backup. I don't even know who their backup is.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, I said that out loud.
Neither guy wants to pick the team they're supposed to be presenting.
Well, this one is easy. It's Saquon Barkley, and then Saquon Barkley, and then Saquon Barkley some more. That's all you have to do. Is basically the offensive line is going to have a great day. All they get to do is basically push Green Bay's defensive line back, open up some holes, and if Saquon can average between 4 and 5 yards a carry, this football game is over. That's the difference. Defensively, the Eagles are still very potent. Jordan Love has a tendency to have very bad days, and he loves those short little dump passes. As long as the Eagles keep everything in front of them, don't let Jordan Love try and do a quick bomb every once in a while. It's going, the Eagles will they're going to Eagles fly, and they'll move on, most likely to face who? Well, I guess we'll figure that out with the next game, right?
Yeah, they'll reseed them, I think, depending on who wins, I believe.
Right.
All right, so you got Philadelphia then.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Philly, I do have Philly winning this one, yes.
All right, Steve, you picking your Packers or?
Oh, I'm picking Philly. They do have that offensive line is still tough.
Yeah,
right.
Kelsey there. I mean, they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to root for Philly.
Yeah, I got the Eagles in this one. Even with the backup, if they need it.
All right, Travis.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the invincible team, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. And I might be the lone wolf here. I'm taking Green Bay. If you look, their stats are not that bad. They really aren't. I mean, they're right there with them for offensively and defensively, rushing, passing, the whole ball of wax. So I think they got a shot, especially if Hurts isn't going to play. Robbie?
I think it's going to be a pretty damn good game, though. But I have Philly taking it.
All right. All right. Moving to Tampa Bay, hosting the Washington Commanders. Washington 12-5, Tampa Bay 10-7. This one is Sunday night, 5:00, NBC. Tampa Bay favored by 3, over under of 50.5. Let's see. Tyler, you got the Commanders.
Oh, I do, and I have some notes. Go figure. Go figure. Hey. Well, I'll tell you what. There's just risk reward all the time on offense. I know they get a lot of rushing yards. They've done well, Tampa, and Baker can sling it around. It's almost like they're better from behind or more dangerous from behind because they just go into crazy passing mode. But Baker turns it over a ton too, So he's Bucks passing defense is 29th, so that makes that passing for Daniels so much easier being a rookie. I like that they have 2 head coaches that don't meddle in each other's sandbox. You're not going to see Dicka and Ryan on the sideline in this ball game. They got Cliff Kingsbury that does the offense. He's, as much as he's like to throw around, but he's a master of those short little passes given his background and history to minimize turnover risk for this kid. And I think he's one of 4 players ever to score a rushing touchdown in the first 4 games. He's one of those guys that can run it and hurt you too. So it makes it easier for him to pass when you get him outside the pocket and on the edge. Pretty high in like third and highest completion percentage, 69%. That's the short passes I'm talking about. He's leading. The quarterback is leading by far the front runner for the offensive player of the year for the NFL. He's good, and the Commanders have a top 7 defense. They're good. Last 3 games, I think this is important. They're number 6 in the red zone offensively and number 4 in the red zone defensively. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay is going the other way. They went from 3rd place throughout the season to last place in the last 3 weeks. 80% of the time that the teams in the red zone against Tampa Bay, they've scored touchdowns. That's their conversion. That's not good. That's not a good sign. That's not a good trend. They're getting a lot of yards. They won the last 2 games, won 5 of 6. But I think ball control, just pretty good team all the way around. Well coached team. I got the Commanders winning the ball game, and I think they just put it on the quarterback a lot. Put it on the quarterback a lot to be a runner and be dangerous in the right spots and get first downs when they need to move the sticks.
How big was that Chicago win for them? I mean, Chicago went into a spiral ever since that last play, that Hail Mary that cost them the game at the end. Chicago never won another game all year. And Washington just kind of took off from there. Robbie, who do you think in this one?
Well, it's not. I'm trying to tell Tampa Bay.
Oh, you got to tell the story first.
Yeah,
tell me about it. What do you
rush
got?
it.
Chris Godwin back?
You wish.
Yeah.
So Washington is ranked 3rd in the NFL versus the pass. That's pretty good. So they have to run the ball. They're ranked 29 against the run. They have to definitely expose that. And obviously what comes with running the ball a lot, plays down the field happen. So they just have to feed the running backs to open up the passing game. They have the 3rd ranked offense overall. So they just have to keep doing what they're doing. Feed Rachaad White, feed Bucky Irving, and then obviously let Baker bake, give it to Mike Evans and all those playmakers and let them do what they need to do. And offense or defensively, they're not very good against the pass. Obviously, because they're always in high scoring games basically. And Washington has the middle of the pack ranked passing offense in the league. So it's going to be exploited no matter what. But they have the 4th best ranking rush defense that they have. But Washington has the 3rd ranked rushing offense. So this is going to be a battle in the trenches all game, no matter what. They just have to minimize any kind of big play potential, both through the air and on the ground, and then I think they'll take it.
All right. So Tyler has already picked his. He's taking Washington. Are you taking Tampa Bay?
I am taking Tampa Bay, yes.
Oh, all
Can I
Yeah.
add that old Baker leads the league in interceptions, and I think he's second in. Hold on, and I think he's second in touchdowns, and which is interesting because you guys are +1 for the year in differential. They're not a good team because they don't win those battles. They're going to lose the turnover battle. Baker gives up a turnover a game. That's his average, interception a game, and so he's going to give us 2. We're going to get 2-0 on the turnover battle and make the difference. Boom. Baker's going to give it to us. I hate it, but he will.
Jaden Daniels is good, though. Man,
He
he's
is
good.
really good.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, who do you have in this one?
Well, Baker Mayfield, he's a gunslinger. I'm rooting
He
for
is.
the Bucks, baby. Woo!
Tampa Bay. Travis.
It's a toss up on this one for me. I'm gonna go with the old hometown adage of the Commanders having kind of a local boy in John Bates. So we'll go with the Commanders.
Okay, you got the Commanders. I also will take Washington here. And
That's the other
Rob?
part of my parlay.
This one's a tough one for me because I'm very much a fan of both the quarterbacks. I mean, especially Baker, best season he's had in his career. Awesome to have seen him do that, especially, 4,500 yards passing, finally kind of almost living up to the hype that he's, that's been placed upon him for so many years. And Jalen Daniels is just a stud, rushing and passing. Washington is absolutely gifted to have him there. As long as he's healthy and as long as he doesn't pull an RG3, he should be there probably for the next 10 to 15 years. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to go with youth. I'm going to go with Washington.
You've got Washington as well. All righty. All right, the last matchup for the week, we have the Minnesota at the Rams. Monday night, 5 o'clock, ABC. Minnesota 14-3. Rams 10-7. Minnesota favored by a point. Over-under is 48 points. I have the info on the Minnesota Vikings. So one thing they do have going for them is the Rams have scored the fewest points of anybody in the first quarter. The Rams have scored 30 points in the whole year in the first quarter. Minnesota has scored 109. They've been consistent throughout the games. The Rams have scored 123 points in the fourth quarter to Minnesota's 104, but I think Minnesota can jump on them early. I think they have Sam Darnold. They didn't look great against Detroit, but Detroit's a good team as well. Sam Darnold threw for over 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Aaron Jones has run wild, 1,138 yards, 5 touchdowns. Cam Akers has been running the ball really well as well right now. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and the tight end not being back now is huge for Minnesota. Second against the rush. Defensively, 93 yards a game. They are 28th against the pass. What do the Rams like to do? They like to throw the ball as well. They're fifth in sacks, 48 sacks on the year, and first in interceptions with 24. They had won 9 straight before losing to Detroit, but only 3 of those games were against teams with winning records as well. And you see a lot of that this year in a lot of these win streaks. Points per game, they're close. They're 20th compared, or 9th compared to 20th for the Rams. So I think Minnesota can overtake them. So Travis, what do you got for the Rams?
Yeah, so as far as this game goes, with the Rams itself, if you're looking statistically, they're kind of falling behind in most of the categories, right, in comparison to the Vikings. But some of the things that they could do, I think protecting Stafford, letting him do what he can do, keeping the Vikings out of the backfield, give him a chance. I think it was Hallenstein, the right guard on the offensive line, is coming back from injury. That could help out a little bit on that line front. But then on the other side, defensively, they need to get in there. Donald especially, get in there, get in the backfield, stir things up, get things going for the defense and breaking things around.
So talking about Aaron Donald?
Aaron Donald, right?
Yeah, he retired.
Well, that was still good analysis. Just a year late.
Yeah,
I'm just a year behind.
It sounded really good to me.
I'm like,
wait a minute. Until you make it, right?
That's right.
Apparently, I put my filter on wrong. See, this is what you get when you get a guy that gets teams that he knows nothing about. But I will say this: the Rams have home field advantage in SoFi Stadium, right? They moved there. I'm not too far behind on that. So yeah, I think they're gonna have a hard time. I'm actually favoring the Vikings in this one, but we'll see if home field advantage will do it for them.
All right, that game they're talking about possibly having to move it, maybe, or delay it because of the fires down there. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the wildfires are pretty bad down there right now.
Did you see the Rose Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like the Rose Bowl had flames coming out of it. The picture I seen online, that was kind of crazy.
Let's see that one.
And Kawhi Leonard stepped away because they got had to leave their home or whatever, so he didn't show up. Isn't that weird? Kawhi Leonard didn't play in a regular season game.
Cue his
Well, didn't
laugh.
you just say his house was on fire?
No, I'm just saying.
When do you get a day off, Tom?
No,
Oh
No,
my
the
gosh,
Rose-
Tom, that is about the cruelest thing you've ever said.
Too
insensitive.
The guy left, and you give him grief for not playing.
I just said
again
he
because
didn't
his
play
house
a
is
regular
on fire.
season game. That's about 80% of the regular season.
You know,
games.
I mean, is there a better story about the boy they called the Wolf than him finally calling in and saying, "Listen, my house is on fire. I can't make it today." And they're like, "Now his house is on fire."
This is freaking
This
going to go
guy.
viral now, isn't it? God, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to get death threats. Sorry,
The
Kawhi.
the roof is
I'm
on
gonna
fire.
delete it. All right. So we're going to wrap this up with I'm going to take oh man. I think the Rams can possibly do it. Nobody wanted to play the Rams. I'm taking the Rams. I just talked up Minnesota and I'm taking the Rams. Robbie,
I have Minnesota taking this one.
okay? Rob?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got Minnesota as well. I don't think home field advantage is going to play too much a part of this because, shoot, Niner fans go down there every year and take over their stadium. So, it's seriously, they
Yeah.
call it they call it Levi South. So, I don't think the Rams have really had a home field advantage in quite a long time. So I don't think that's any bit of a factor at all. But I also think Minnesota's got a more potent offense that could literally just turn this into a boat race.
He might be stung from last week. I tell you, Detroit kicked the crap out of him. Tyler.
Yeah, I got the 49ers in this one. Some Niners. Oh, wait, they're not in it, Rob? Oh, they're not in it, Rob?
No, they're not in it. Of course not.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, that was reading like 2 years ago. I thought they were good. What happened? I got the
Injuries.
Rams.
Injuries. I was
Injuries.
about to say injuries.
Okay,
Injuries.
everyone jump in and defend them. They got their butts kicked. Anyways, I got the Rams. I don't
Okay.
want to go against McVay and Stafford in January.
Puka Nakua. Cooper
Been
Cup.
there- yeah, they've been here too much right now. They're pretty good this time.
All right. How about Steve?
Well, a team that had a shot at the number one spot overall this last week, 14-3. Being from Minnesota, I hate the Vikings, but at this point, I got a lot of friends that love them, and you know what? They've had a hell of a season. Sam Darnold, Jefferson. I mean, they're and I got a new dog named Thomas Jefferson. I got to go with the Jeffersons. It was a great TV show too. But 14-3 in the regular season. Yeah, I got the Vikings this week. I don't think they're
All
moving
right.
on after this, but we'll see. Maybe I'll actually might watch them. So
You'll watch them. You're from Minnesota. Come on.
yeah, no.
All right. And the last part of our show here is parlay time. So now this is kind of the betting segment. If people have a parlay ready for here, all of our experts here. Let's see. I'm going to take Green Bay getting 4.5. And I'm taking Washington giving 3 for mine.
Washington's
Against
getting
Tampa
3.
Bay. They're getting 3. Tampa Bay's
Yeah.
favored by 3. Oh, well, I'll take 3 then. All right. I didn't realize Tampa Bay was favored. Wow.
I thought they were.
Robbie, what do you have?
Well,
Gonna
I'm
be
going to
an over.
continue on the tradition
Going
of
over.
2 of them.
Okay.
So I got Denver and Buffalo over 46.5. And then I have Green Bay and Philadelphia over 44.5.
And the Philly game over 44.5. Okay. Rob, got anything?
You kind of grabbed one of mine. I don't know if I can double up or not, but
Anything you want to do?
all right. Well, you know what? I am going to go over 48 with the with the Vikings and Rams game. I'm still puzzled as why this is the Monday night game. I mean, but
Right.
I guess for LA, I guess that's the reason why. And then let's see, Baltimore and Pittsburgh. I think that's the one that keeps kind of grabbing me there. Baltimore is 9.5, but you know what? I'm going to go over 43.5 in that game as well. So
Okay.
I'll take the over in those two games.
Okay. Tyler.
Well, clearly the stats say the Niners are the best team in the league, so I'll take them to win by the sprint and the over. Okay, sorry, just joking. My stone cold lock of the week.
I haven't said anything about you the entire broadcast.
Easy.
I've been on my best behavior, and all I'm doing is catching strays from you. Are you kidding me?
Hey, so
Really? I mean, your team's not in it either.
You're okay. You're right. So I have Notre Dame. I have Notre Dame is the stone cold lock of the week, as my buddy likes to call it, a sklow. It's just the sklow is the Notre Dame by 1.5. And on the other side of that, I have the Commanders getting 3.
Okay. Steve.
I'm going to take the over 48, the Rams and the Vikes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go with the Baltimore winning by the 9.5 or whatever it was.
Oh, you're going to take the 9.5, huh?
You're
Yeah, I'm
giving
taking the 9. I'm
You're
giving the 9.
you're giving 9.5.
Giving the 9.5.
Okay.
Okay.
You're giving 9.5.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a little too much for me, but I see that as well.
Look at Denver
I'm
last
on your
week.
side on that too.
Yeah. Look at
Well,
Well,
Denver
it's
last week.
it's Baltimore winning by 9.5, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I don't always get all that.
Travis.
Well, I'm all over the board.
That's
So
some crunchy
I
eyes.
think as far as the let's see, what was the one I had? I had the under 44 for Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I don't think that's going to be a very high one. And then also the under 42.5 for the Chargers and the Texans.
Under better, huh? Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a surprise actually. I think that's a surprise.
Yeah.
But,
That's,
yeah,
I could,
kudos
I
for
could
that.
see it happening. I could see it happening. All right. Hey, now these just the betting stuff. This is for entertainment purposes only. If you are stupid enough to follow
So
our
what?
leads, then
Stone
if
cold
you
lock of the
lose,
week.
it's on you. If you win and you do follow our leads and win,
Go
then
to Emerald Casino.
we'll be happy to take tips
Yep. You're darn right.
for those for your proceeds.
Hit the Emerald. It's a lock.
All right. Any last words? Parting words here from anyone?
I would like to just tell you all that I got all my information today from my secret source.
Okay.
Her name was
And
Joy Taylor.
All
Who?
right.
Oh,
Joy
geez.
Joy Taylor. Is it too
Huh?
soon to crack a joke? I mean, come on.
No,
guys.
absolutely not.
right.
It's just
I didn't even get it. That's how much I watch the news. All right. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah. Best to move on.
Well,
I really
everybody's had a
don't.
turn,
Boy,
so
Taylor. No clue.
Just
anyway.
just look it up. You'll find out real quick.
No,
Good
no.
grief.
Let's go.
All right. On behalf of this
Oh, we're gonna end it on that note. Wait a minute. We're gonna end it on that note.
god.
On that bombshell, we're gonna end it there, Tom. Really?
okay.
One
One more question.
One. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tyler.
No, I was nothing. Not me.
What question?
No, when you said don't end it on that, I was saying, Tom, one more question. But don't
And
worry.
what's the question, Robbie? You must know something there.
I don't.
I
I mean,
don't
I
know
do.
anything
I know.
about it, so-
I know the Joy Taylor issues.
Okay,
and
yeah.
all
Well,
that
let's
stuff.
not end it on that. Come on, we can't do
Okay.
that.
It's
Can't do that.
not great.
Yeah. Okay. So, hey, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
All right. We'll have to
Yeah.
end it with the Seahawks because it's just a little Seahawk deal here. Just because. All right. The Seahawks' problems are deeper than just deep. They need help all over the place. Geno Smith isn't the answer. It's not his fault, but it's not the answer. The offensive coordinator getting fired. I like Ryan Grubb, but okay, here we go. Anything
It's
else?
organization, Tom. It's organizational. It goes from the very top.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Basically, when Pete Carroll left, a lot of that mojo left. I hate saying that because I don't like Pete Carroll, but you got to admit that when he was running the show, it was, the Seahawks were something to at least, pay attention to. So,
Yeah.
And I say that as a Niner fan, which is really weird. It's really weird saying that. So anyway, I think Pete. Oh, you know what? Pete Carroll, new head. The future head coach of the Chicago Bears. Let's go with that. How about that for a prediction?
That, and he just dropped another team today too. I can't remember who it was that they talked about.
Hey,
All right.
Is Tyler's hero primetime Sanders going to be the head coach of Dallas next year? I heard that
He
today.
should be.
What do you think? I'm just asking.
Somebody might be.
Wow.
I'm just
Dallas,
asking. I mean, Jerry. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so you can't do
Jerry
those.
comes out and said, if you want to talk, go talk. But now he won't release McCarthy to be able to go talk to the Bears.
Oh,
or
all right.
where was he going? Jets,
The Bears.
wasn't it?
The Bears.
Bears?
Yeah, the Bears
Okay.
wanted to talk to him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
That's why I say it's
All
Pete
right.
Carroll. I think Pete Carroll will end up in Chicago for a couple years.
Wow.
Really?
Seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chomping at his gum.
Yeah. Chomping that gum.
Oh man.
Wearing
Pete
that
Carroll.
light jacket like it's like it's the last thing on earth. Yeah. Just
He's like 80 years old. He looks better than me. I hate it.
Yes, he is.
Botox
All right.
is your friend. Botox is your friend.
No, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoys the college football games that are the next couple days, and then the NFL as we move into the second week of the playoffs for next week. We'll be back again next week. We'll lock the day down at some point here soon, and hope that everybody will, like I said, will enjoy the games this weekend. So on behalf of this panel of experts that has came out and given their
Rich Woolery, Rich Woolery.
Expert.
experts. Oh yeah, definitely
Expert.
parentheses there.
Yeah.
Air
Yeah.
quotes. Air
In
quotes.
quotations. Expert.
Yeah. All right. Hope you all have a great evening, and thanks for coming out, and thank you guys for coming in and giving your opinions. Hopefully all your teams win. All right. On behalf of the crew, we're out. Have a great night.
Chuck Woolery, 2-2.